One of the things to make sure you know as a beginner of Haskell is that whitespace in your source code definitely matters. For those of you coming from a language like Python, where whitespace also matters, this won't be a big deal. But for those of you coming from a language like C or Java, where whitespace does not matter so much, this can come as a slight shock. Consider the following code. We have the type signature of a variable a on one line, and then we try to bind a value to a on another line, but this second line has a bit of whitespace before it. If you try to compile this, then it will fail with an error. The error says, illegal type signature int a. Type signatures are only allowed in patterns with scope type variables. This error message is completely incomprehensible. Now if you fix the code so that there is no whitespace difference between the starting points of the lines, then everything works fine. You would never guess from this error that the actual problem is a whitespace mismatch. Sometimes you get a better error like this one, which says parse error, and you can more easily identify whitespace issues. When it comes to whitespace in Haskell, there are some rules you need to know, but we are just starting to learn the language, so I can't really explain them to you completely yet. It is kind of like the chicken and egg problem. I need to tell you some rules about Haskell code, but first I need to tell you how to code in Haskell. But for now, if you're getting errors which you cannot understand, then try to see if something went wrong with the whitespace in your code. Some whitespace guidelines that you should follow. Always use spaces, do not use tabs in your code. This makes things simpler. Also, make sure you are writing code exactly as it is shown in the code snippets on the slides, even considering the whitespace. Try to make sure that each line begins at exactly the same point for now. This is a good general guideline for beginners, but as you will see later, certain constructs require you to indent your code. As we work through the course, I'll keep you updated on whitespace concerns so you know how it affects the code you write. The rules for whitespace are actually quite intuitive, so you will find yourself appreciating them as time goes on. Don't be too scared about it for now, just follow the guidelines I've said, and you should be fine. This video is a clip from a longer video for beginners starting with Haskell. Check that out if you would like to see all of the content. Also check out the entire Introduction to Functional Programming with Haskell course on the Learn channel. See you next time.